Well, hello world. This is Venetia Charles Jones from St. Lucia.
That's me right there.
Of course.
Well, if you've never been to St. Lucia, it is the most amazingly beautiful rock in the Caribbean. And every day is a holiday for us. I always say I wake up every day on a postcard. Why am I here today? For those of you who've missed me, I have missed you. And if you're looking forward to having me back, I am ready to be back. But what a way to bring me back than to have one of the most spectacular human beings I've met in my life. And it's because of what she carries, it's because of what she represents, it's because of who she is. I have journeyed with her over the past year very closely, and I have seen what she has endured, and I don't know how to look at her shoes, much less to step in it. What she has gone through for over 20 years, what she has experienced for over 20 years, and for most persons would have given up already and said goodbye to this life. But she continued to fight, and not just for herself, but fighting for others who actually have hope because of her and because of what she's been going through. You've heard her on my videos before. A year ago, she was one of those who were the first pioneers to be using a natural antioxidant called Fountain of Life, as you see on my shirt. And because of what happened with her in a very short space of time, that actually went viral, and many people's lives up to today, 1 year later, have been drastically shifted as a result of her story, because of her sharing her life, her passion, what she went through, what she endured, and what relief she got because of Fountain of Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Fountain of Life is not a medication, and it's not a cure for any condition. Fountain of Life is a high-performance antioxidant that is a sap taken from the Norwegian spruce tree, and the antioxidant aspect of it is very potent, that just about 10 drops once per day gives you the ligand equivalent of having to drink 50 cups of green tea, for example, or eating 1800 cups of apples and so on. Fountain of Life is also very, very potent and rich in its properties of anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial, and we'll explain that a little later on. But I really want to share with you Imana Griffith from St. Lucia, who has been using Fountain of Life for about a year. There was one time that she stopped, and she will share with you what happened when she stopped and what happened after she started back. So I give you Imana. So say
Hi,
hello to the
everybody.
world, Imana.
Hello, world.
I know Africa has been asking about you. Australia has been asking about you. New Zealand has been asking about you. Israel has been asking about you. Canada has been asking about you. The US has been asking about you. The UK has been asking about you. A lot of people in St. Lucia has been asking about you.
I'm still here.
And today, walking the beach with you, less than 5 minutes, is like I was invisible, and everybody was just looking at you, calling you, checking you out because they had not seen you in so long.
Yeah.
And many persons are so happy to see you and lamenting of how well you're looking and how good you're looking. And it's not just how you're looking, but how you're feeling.
Yeah.
So please tell us, how do you feel today?
I feel great, actually. I'm alive. Seriously, I feel really good. I mean, what can I say? Fountain of Life is a lifesaver. That's what it is. It's
Okay,
my
so there's
lifesaver.
some persons who've never seen your first video. They don't know what you're
Yeah.
about. Can you share with us what sort of challenges were you going through with your health and your body and your life before you got introduced to Fountain of Life a year ago?
Yeah, sure. Sleeping was an issue. Eating was another issue. Just walking down my steps would be an issue. Because I have palpitations, my heart would race really fast. My attitude was another issue because I felt really down because of it. Showering was an issue. You know, little things that every day you have to do was a challenge for me then. You know, but right now, you know, I could get up pretty much every day and just do stuff just like everybody else. You know, I mean, you remember I told you after the first day of me taking it, I had so much energy. I was in the kitchen, I was doing this, I was doing that, and all of that. It's just improved my life.
How long were you down for, Imana?
With my lupus, well, most of the 19 years, every day, constantly.
So you were
pain.
diagnosed with lupus
Yeah, very early.
about when you were
22 years.
19.
About 22.
22.
Just about there, just about 22.
Okay.
I'm 42 now.
So it's about 20 years. Wow. And gradually, as time went by, your conditions just started it
It
worsened.
went worse, yeah.
Worse,
It
worse.
was worse. Every day I would have more pain. Even just wanting to get out of bed, I didn't want to do that every day. I didn't want to get out of my bed. I didn't want to do anything. I reached a point where I didn't even want to eat. You understand? Because I wasn't looking forward to my days. I know that every day when I got up, it would be back to the same crap. You know, trouble to bathe because your skin hurts, trouble to eat because your stomach doesn't feel good, can't walk from head to head too fast because your heart is going to jump in your throat. You know, it was just a miserable way of living, miserably. I didn't look forward to it at all.
I remember when I spoke with you last year, we hadn't seen each other in years, although we went to school together.
Yeah.
And when we saw each other, it was almost as if we had never missed each other
Yeah.
for all these years. And then I remember you calling me one day, and you sounded really, really horrible. Like I could have barely heard what you were saying, and you said to me, Vern, that's it. There's no point in going on. That's it. I'm done.
Seriously.
I
I was on the verge of giving up. Like,
I remember
because
that
taking
conversation.
all those medications, and you expect to at least have a little improvement or a little break from the pain, but then every day when you wake up, it's like you take 20 pills and then nothing happens. You know, right now I'm only taking I don't even take all those pills anymore.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I only take my atenolol for my heart, my Plaquenil for the lupus, which helps to help your organs and stuff protected, and the rest of the stuff I do is vitamins. I've been on this past year. That's when I stopped taking your product. They put me on some steroids because I had a really bad flare up, and then my weight went down. I was beneath 100 pounds. You know, right now my weight is up. I can eat well and everything.
Well, that's the biggest I've seen you in a long time.
Oh yeah, in a long. I haven't been this big in more than.
And she's talking
over
about
2
she's
years.
talking about big. I don't know what big is.
Well, this is big
but
for
this
me.
is compared to what she used to be. This is big.
Yeah. Oh, come on, 97 pounds to 124 pounds. That's a big improvement.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, when you started taking Fountain of Life, in a very short space of time, you started getting some really huge relief. I remember you calling me one day crying, telling me you can dance.
Yeah.
Vern, I can dance.
I was dancing and cooking, serious, because I wasn't even aware that I had done so much that morning. Because I'm so used to just getting out of the bed, go and make a cup of tea. If I want to make breakfast, sometimes I can't even get right through making the breakfast because my body starts to fade. So I do half of the tea, I put the sugar in the cup, and I run back in the bed and I lie down for 10 minutes. And then when I feel like a little boost of energy
It
again,
feels
then I
good.
run back and you know.
It
But
feels
right
good
now,
to be able to laugh
I
at that
can wake
now,
up from,
right?
yes, of course. I can wake up from 6 o'clock in the morning and just keep running with it. Do breakfast, do lunch one time, everything, mop the house, clean, and go and do it.
And you told me you used to be like the B word before. You used to be a real bitch.
Yes.
And I tested that today, not on purpose, because Imana was supposed to meet with me. I was supposed to meet with her for 11 at a coffee shop, and then I thought I told her one location, and I actually told her the other location, and then I called her asking her, Imana, where are you? She said, but I'm at Rituals. I said, but I am at Rituals. She said, but you told me shock. I said, oh shit. So I can tell she's nice now because she didn't curse. And when she got to me, she actually allowed me to hug her. And then, it's...
Stuff happens.
And
Believe me, after all what I've been through, waiting half an hour is nothing.
So, Imana, you've been taking Fountain of Life for almost a year, but you stopped at some point. While you were taking Fountain of Life in the first couple of months, you saw your life or your health and your body drastically improved.
Yes, definitely.
From where you were, from being in bed and then having a normal everyday life like most of us do.
Yeah.
And then you stopped taking Fountain of Life. What happened when you stopped taking Fountain of Life?
Well, everything went
You can
downhill.
still see, right?
Yeah, everything went downhill. I mean, all the improvements I had made just regressed. Everything went backwards again. I started to lose weight. My throat started to trouble me again because my tightness in my throat because I have thyroid issues and all of that. Everything started to bother me again. My hair started to get itchy again. My skin started to break out. Mouth ulcers all over again and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I just was a bag of trouble once more.
So a few months ago, sometime late last year, I called you up just to see how you're doing because I had not connected with you in a while. And then when I heard your voice, it reminded me of what I heard earlier in the year, and I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What happened? Did you stop?
Yes.
And then I respected you even more for being honest and for being frank. And then you said to me, Vern, I stopped, and all of the monies that I made with it, I had to use it back from the meds. And now I have to go to travel for medical attention and all of that. And we immediately got you back on.
Yes.
Without hesitation, you just got back on.
Yeah.
And you mentioned to me, you don't need to mention your doctor's name because to make sure she's protected, that you went to your doctor and she saw how badly you had gotten as well.
Yes.
And then what did she tell you?
She suggested that I go back on the FOL because it seemed to have, it made a difference while I was taking my meds and taking the FOL. You know, my energies was up, everything was, my blood work was coming back good and everything like that. The time when I stopped, my inflammation level got high, and you know when you have inflammation it could cause a lot of problems within your whole body, so everything started to go wrong then. So she suggested that I go back on the FOL and that we just monitor it as we go along and all of that.
And so
I
far
went back on it. Yep.
So far so good,
So
right?
good, yes.
Wonderful.
My blood work is good. Even my echo, my ECG I did for my heart and everything. If the quota is like 10, it came back 10. If it was 1, it came back 1. If it was 2, it came back 2. Everything, I have a prolapse, but all my valves are working properly.
Wow.
And the tightness in my left side and, you know, being scared to sleep and all of that, that's gone, you know. I just sleep.
That is
I just go to
awesome.
sleep.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So Amanda, what encouragement can you give to persons who were like you, very sick, started taking Fountain of Life, and then considering to stop or have stopped? What can you tell them?
Don't stop. Don't stop. I mean, it's not a cure, but it does improve everything. It
I know
helps.
you said it helped you save a lot of money on
A lot.
meds as
It
well.
does, because from taking like maybe 20 or more pills in a day, right, just to get through the day and still being in pain, and right now just having to take maybe 4 pills with vitamins, you know, just take my heart pill, my hydrochloroquine for my lupus, and the rest is vitamins, and not forgetting my FOL, right?
Yeah.
So that's it for
So
the day.
when you had stopped your Fountain of Life, you were still taking your meds, you were still taking your vitamins,
Yes.
and you had gone
I
down.
had gone down.
So you can say what had made a significant difference for you is the Fountain of Life
It did.
on top of
Everything
else
else,
that
yes.
you were doing.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's like it complemented everything else. What I was taking just from the doctor was not enough. You understand? It was just like just popping pills and there's no relief. You know, I can't eat properly, as I told you. You know, I kept on going to the dentist, and you know what? I kept on breaking teeth because the lupus causes your teeth to get weak for some reason, and sometimes they fall out. But mine, I cracked like 3 in the back. I broke them up. Yeah, and the doctor had to like take them out, put a cap on it, and all kind of stuff like that, because I constantly getting mouth ulcers and stuff. But what I do now is I take some FOL and leave it in my mouth to linger for a while, and it actually healed the ulcers in my mouth.
Wow.
So now I can eat better.
So you're experimenting with it.
Oh yeah, I am.
Very
Big time.
good.
On anything, a
Very
cut,
good.
anything, a little bobo, a little rash, anything, I putting it on it.
Yeah, because the fact that it's antimicrobial,
Yeah,
it
it
kills
helps.
bad bacteria,
It helps.
viruses, fungus, and so on. So I see you look the best that I have seen you
I feel
in this
much
past
better
year.
than I have
And-
felt in maybe 2 years or more than that. I say, from the time I was diagnosed to now, the past couple of months or the year past, well, from the time I started taking FOL, it's been much better. And every time if I stop,
Goes
it go down again.
So, any final words that you would like to share with us before we go?
Everybody should just try FOL. Make it part of your everyday routine. Just like you take vitamins, just consider it a vitamin, okay? You're going to take vitamin C today, you're going to take magnesium or whatever. Just try and take this. You don't even have to take all of these if you're taking FOL.
It's true.
You understand? Because FOL already has everything. So for me, my thing is heart pill, lupus pill, FOL. That's it. I don't have to do anything else, and it's worth the try. I mean, it has saved me a fortune. I mean, every month or every 3 months I'd have to be going to do blood work and doing this or doing that, or mostly every month, because I'll be flaring all the time, right? I have less sensitivity to the sun. The sun is no good for us, but I could tolerate a little bit of it. It doesn't feel like it's overpowering now, it's burning my skin like before, you know. And you know, a healthier you is a happier you.
It's true.
You know,
It's
I
true.
smile a lot more. I'm not antisocial anymore. I'm not bitchy anymore. You know, so I just encourage people. I mean, it's worth it. You understand? Life is wonderful, and it would be a shame to like miss all of this. You know, and every minute you're always in a doctor and giving them your money. Sorry, doc, but you know,
I know you have an
all the
amazing doctor,
time,
because you
you
talk
know,
about
I
her
love
really
her to
nicely.
death. No, she's a doll. Seriously, you know who you are. So, you know, I would encourage you to just try it. You know, some people would think, oh, it's expensive. Think about the amount of money that you are going to spend at the doctor's office and doing all those lab work. You could avoid all of that if you just take care of yourself. Just take your vitamins, take the basic stuff what you need, and just take your FOL. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Thank you, Chika. So there, ladies and gentlemen, you had her story from her. This is actually the short version, because we don't want to make the video too long. But what we will continue to do is to allow Imana to give you updates as we go along and give you tips as well. I have not been in her shoes. I can't say that I have been a healthy person. But we have a lot of persons like Imana walking the world, silently suffering every day, and we have no clue that they're in pain. So if you know anyone who this video will add value to, please share this video, tag someone on this video. You may be saving somebody's life, you'll be saving the family a lot of expense, you may be saving some persons a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions about Fountain of Life, don't hesitate to message me. I will leave my contact information with this video so you know how to reach me. And to the world, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Imana, for allowing me to ask you these questions. And I look forward to my next video with you.
Anytime. Always happy to help.